everyone, welcome along to another video lesson. John here. Now in my blues group a couple of days ago, Frank wrote and he said, how can you turn scales into music or into a solo, you know? And that is something I think we all struggle with, because we learn a scale like the pentatonic scale, and then so you learn that, and it's very easy for a teacher to teach that. It's very easy to learn. But then you listen to, you know, a record of your favourite artist, whoever it might be, Gary Moore, B.B. King, or Joe Satriani, whoever it is, and you hear them doing these things and you think, how have they gone from that to some of the stuff they're doing? So I'll try and help you today. I'll give you a couple of ways that you may want to think about when you're doing this. The first way is obviously you can play licks. Now, what I was doing, by the way, there, I was playing a 12-bar blues in D. So D, G, and A7, that's what I'm playing over here. All right, so we can use, obviously, this scale. D minor, shape 1, and shape 2. Now, if you're not familiar with those, have a look at the top of the group and you'll see a link to the 5 positions of the major and minor pentatonic scale. So have a look at that if you're not too familiar. All right, so once you've learnt that, we want to take these scales and not play the scales but turn it into music, as I say. So the first thing you could do is you could play licks. The problem with licks is sometimes they don't always work and it's knowing where to put them. But if you do want some licks, check out the licks above too. So what I would perhaps suggest you do is play the chords, listen back to the chords and see if anything comes to mind. So I've done a little loop here. So if I listen to this, let's see if we can hear something. So have a listen to this. Okay, now you may hear something different from me, but I hear Okay, that's what I hear. Now you may hear something different. So now we've got to use this scale, because this is the scale, to play what we hear in our head. So now we have to work that out. That can be a bit tricky. So it's on the 14th fret, a little curl, 10th fret on the G, 12 on the D, and then I'm curling this one again on the 10 on the G. So okay, so let's see if that works with the backing track. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, that seems to work. Right, now, what we can do here is we could go on and try and think of another phrase, but for now, let's just use some theory to help us. So we've run out of ideas, let's say. Okay, so now, if I know where my notes are on the guitar, maybe what I can do is play that phrase somewhere else. So I know that this is a G, a D, and going to an F. So so now what I'm doing is I'm going up to shape 2 and I'm playing the same notes. G, F, D, F. So now we've taken this phrase, and instead of playing it again in the same, you know, register, we play it up here, which gives it a little bit of a kind of motif, if you like. If you can think of motifs, they're great. So the second time I went. All right, now you could try and embellish that a little bit. So you could do a bit of a rhythm. So there, Piccadilly, I'm thinking of 1 E and a, 1 E and a, or you can think of Piccadilly in London, Piccadilly. Okay, so there we go. You can work on the rhythm of it. You could try, once you get a lick, try some other things like we had. So just see if you can think of a different phrasing there. So I took it up a whole step, this bend here. And you could do the same there. All right, so once you've got one phrase, then hopefully maybe you can think of another one. If you listen to a lot of music, a lot of blues music, then you might have an idea. So now let's play that backing track again. So da, 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 da. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Okay, I had a problem with my looper there stopping. So let's see if we can do that. So if I can remember that now. So there, that's what I hear in my head. I'm trying to use the scale because the notes in your head are going to be from the scale. So they're straight from the pentatonic scale. 10, 10, 12, 10, 12. That's C, D, C, D, C, D, or... Okay, so there we go. Now, what did I do there? Exactly the same thing. I just went C, D, C, D, C, D, or C, D, C, D, C, D, or... So this is really beneficial, knowing your notes on the guitar. Check out the video on that if you haven't done already, because you can make these notes go a long way just by playing them in different register. And once you've come up with a lick, just see where else you can play it and what you can do with it. Maybe that can give you an idea for another riff or another song. So so far so I've varied it there. Okay, now the chord goes to a G chord. So we could, for areas of reasons of simplicity, I'm going to keep to the same scale. So again, do you hear anything? Over the top, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Let's play that with the backing track. Okay. So there, I'm going to the 10th fret, pentatonic scale. Why did I do that? Because the chord is a G, I'm bending from an F into a G note. And then I bend that up just a half step. And then I hear a kind of a lick. Da, 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 da. So that one really is a lick I've heard 1,000 times. That just came into my mind there. That's just bending up 13 to 12. Sorry, 13 to 15, 10 on the high E. All right. So the idea is, as you go through this this blues, and you're going to hear something different than me. And don't worry, of course, if you don't hear anything, that's can be very tricky to hear something, but the more music you listen to, the easier it becomes. All right, so the idea is you're trying to listen to the track, your chords, and just play, sing first of all what comes into your head, and then try and play that on the guitar. So let me go back a bit, and I'll try and put those ideas together. You can learn this if you want, but the whole idea is you've got to play what's in your head. It's in your head, not in your fingers. Don't let the fingers guide you. So 3, 4. So I'm trying to think of a phrase in my head because I know it's going back to a D there. So from the pentatonic scale. But the idea is, as I keep on saying this, you'll be sick of it, but try and sing it first. So over time you get really good at hearing what you want to play. So, but it does take a little bit of time. So I hope that helps. I didn't go through all the progression there, but I just wanted to give you an idea. I think this is the best way to do it instead of playing licks, because when you play what's in your head, you always feel 100% satisfied of what you played. You're not governed by, how much technique you know, or how many scales you know, because if you're letting the guitar play you, let's see. Okay, complete rubbish. It's in the right scale, and I'm using technique, which is more of like a reflex action, really, because you've learned it over the years. But musically, it's complete rubbish. It's not what I heard in my head. I'd run out. I didn't even listen to what I was hearing in my head. I was just playing some technique things or licks I kind of knew. So if you can, play what's in your head, transfer it to your fingers. It's the harder way to go, but ultimately it's better. So I hope that helps. Whew, that was a lot. Good luck. Have a little jam. See how you get on. See you next time.